of Student Loan Justice. Today is January 6th, and we have a special guest on tonight, Mike Camoin from New York. Hi, Mike. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, and thanks for staying up there in France. And happy to fill in for Ed McKinley to help you out here. So, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mike. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I stay up pretty late in France so that I can communicate with all the student borrowers back home in America, and I'm happy to do it. So
you're amazing.
Thanks, Mike. So I would love to hear about what's been going on with you toward the end of the year here, with festivals, with the film. What can you tell us?
Oh, thanks, Heather. We ended actually quite busy being invited to the Angelica Film Festival that ran from December 21st through December 31st. There was like 400 films, and there was special guests, and I met people like Lindsay Eberts, whose father did movies like Chariots of Fire, The Mission, Gandhi, Killing Fields, Dances with Wolves. And then we got to meet one-on-one. And she took an interest in what we're doing with our project here, starting with our movie Sally May Not, which screened at Angelica. And before that, it was at USC in October. And before that, we have screenings special screenings at Show and Tell. And before that, we won the Whistleblowers Summit Audience Award back in July. So, it's been a very busy swing of it with this little film. And, and so the next thing is how can we make this into a series, a 6-part series? So we've proven that this concept works, and it's out winning awards, and it's of great interest to many people, both in the entertainment industry, people who carry student loan debt, as well as 1 out of 5 Americans who do carry student loan debt.
I find that the film has extreme educational value, and I'm really excited for more people to see it, for the audience to keep growing. And the friends and family that I've shared it with have been really excited about the film and what it can mean for student borrowers, for students in the U.S.
It's screened basically for free at the Angelica Film Festival, and every parent should watch this. Every student should watch this. Every high school student who's a senior, who's about to sign on to student loans, should see this movie. So, we're pretty excited because USC has invited us back, and so we have an event coming up January 13th next week.
And that January 13th event, is that just with USC, like the event back in October, or are there more universities joining, right?
It's exactly right. So we went from the USC Film School and the Kazan Institute sponsoring that first screening to now multiple universities co-sponsoring this event. So you have Stanford University, the University of California, Santa Barbara, Berkeley, the University of Berkeley. So I forget if I'm leaving any of them out, but it's pretty incredible how this is growing, and how we're now going to go dive into the next episode that we'd like to see completed.
And we get to see some of episode 2 on January 13th, right?
Yeah. In fact, I brought a little clip along from featuring Dr. Schermer. Ellie Schermer wrote the book Indentured Students. Would it be okay? Is this a good time to sort of show that clip?
Yeah. Let me give you sharing abilities. There you go.
Okay, thanks.
I'm Elizabeth Tandy Schermer. I'm the author of Indentured Students, and I hope you'll join us for the next installment of the Scared to Debt documentary that we'll be screening a portion of on January 13th, where we'll be joined by an incredible panelist of both activist borrowers as well as experts trying to get the president to do the right thing, which is cancel this debt. Hope you join us.
Awesome. I'm really excited for that event. I listened to a podcast this week with Dr. Schermer and Nikki Nolan from the Matter of Life and Debt podcast, and it was just a really powerful discussion. If you want to understand the student loan catastrophe from a historical perspective, I think it's really important to give that a listen. We can include the link for that in the comments, with the sign up link, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. And
Awesome.
There it is. Yep, Matter of Life and Debt, hosted by Nikki Nolan. She is incredible. And, one of the panelists that will be joining her on January 13th is Dr. John Oberg. And Dr. John Oberg is in Sally May Not. But episode 2, we want to focus around his work as a whistleblower inside the Department of Education. It's an amazing story of how, in fact, I think we've got another clip that we could share. Let him tell his story. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's hear it from him.
When I was in the research office that I discovered fraudulent claims, illegal claims in the student loan area, and brought it to the attention of Congress, which shut them off. Eventually, I went to court to recover the funds that the Department of Education was not collecting back from those who had done the overcharging. And I have been in litigation then for 11 years, and those cases are just about all wrapped up.
We are also continuing to call on President Biden to use his existing legal authority to cancel up to $50,000 of student debt.
Awesome.
That's pretty powerful.
So, it is. And so everyone watching, you should go to this link here, register bit.ly/free students, and that's how you can sign up for that event. And so Dr. Schermer is moderating, and John Oberg is one of the panelists, and you're a panelist as well, right, Mike?
I am not a panelist, but Alan Collins is, and a number of other prominent experts from Stanford, University of Berkeley. It's just incredible.
We'll put the event flyer again in the comments. And are you able to do that, Mike? Or I can.
And I just added the bit.ly for people to go and register. Hopefully, people will go now and register. Yep.
All right. And at that event, we have Representative Jamal Bowman coming to give opening remarks. Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. He's from New York. Last time we had Senator Schumer speak. This year, starting this year, Jamal Bowman will be speaking out. Who spoke on the floor of the House and about student loans. So this is one of his key issues, and hopefully there are others who will join him this year during this, the pandemic pause that kind of threw everybody for a little bit of a loop. The possibility of it happening was there, but it doesn't mean people can rest. I believe if you want change, you need to get involved and get to know this issue, because as John Oberg points out, the pause doesn't fix the fact that this is still a corrupt lending system that's harming parents and borrowers. And,
the whole economy, the entire economy suffers because of student loan debt. And I think that we're going to learn a lot about that in the film.
Yep. The National Association of Realtors, they launched their own webinar, tail end last year, talking about how this is impacting the real estate market because 20 million people can't sign on for a loan to get into a home. So because they went to college, that's just not the purpose of college, to harm individuals, individual families, their ability to just, if not get ahead, at least maintain where their family started. So things are going backwards because of this, and more people just need to know how this came about, which is what Dr. Schermer's book. Maybe I can throw that up here. If people want, they can pick this up on Amazon. Indentured Students: How Government Guaranteed Loans Left Generations Drowning in College Debt. It's published by Harvard University Press.
Incredible.
And so, it's coming from a very valid source and a great deal of research. And, we had the ability to interview Dr. Schermer here. She flew in from Chicago to the Albany area, and we got to interview her here back in December. So we're continuing to add industry experts, educational experts, to our efforts, such that we can, advance this 6-part series and really educate Americans, moms and dads, parents, grandparents, who all co-sign these loans, more about what they're signing up for.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the members of Student Loan Justice, as far as what you can do.
You're a teacher. Are you going to give everybody a homework assignment?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd like to do. So as Ed and Alan would tell you, every night, call your 2 senators and tell them to co-sponsor our bills in the Senate, our bill in the Senate, S2598, the Fresh Start Through Bankruptcy Act, and call your representatives and ask them to co-sponsor HR 4907. But also go and register for this event on January 13th. That's at bit.ly/free students. And it's a free event, right? It's free to everyone who registers, isn't that right, Mike?
Absolutely. It's free. And if chance you can't make it, still register, because you'll get a link to the recorded program.
Awesome.
And if I could add to that list of homework assignments, people might want to check out, again, Dr. Schermer's book. And there's one other book that's actually out now, and that's on it features John Oberg's story in Dan Moldia's new book called Money, Politics, and Corruption in U.S. Higher Education. Oh my, yes, this is a corrupt lending system. And the January 13th program, I encourage everyone to free up their schedules, and it's going to be January 13th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. And you should also share this live stream so that more people can sign up and learn about it and meet Mike, and invite a few friends, whether or not they have student loans. Invite your family to watch the film with you, or to watch the event with you, to see some excerpts of episode 2. And do you have any other advice for everyone, Mike?
Again, in the middle of the pandemic pause, this is still a national catastrophe. This is something that people need to understand this. I talk to people on the right and the left, and they all say, why is the cost of college so high? And you can't answer that question in 60 seconds. It took decades, but Dr. Schermer's book, Dr. Oberg's, the corruption that he uncovered, the overbilling by loan servicers, there's a reason that things have gotten to this level, and people need to know about it. And as you said, they need to contact their elected officials. It's not going to change on its own.
I think the value of the film is, for me, is to understand how we got here, so that we know, so that we can figure out how to get out of this mess. Right? You can't fix a problem if you don't understand how it happened.
That's exactly right.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Mike. I know we said we would keep it short, so that we weren't wearing people out with too long of a live stream here. But I really appreciate you coming on and helping me fill in for Ed tonight. And Alan Collins and Ed McKinley will be back for your normal live stream schedule starting tomorrow.
Heather, thank you, and thank everybody for tuning in. And please share this, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Au revoir. Is that what we say in French?
Yep. Au revoir.
And yeah, and bonjour.
Bonjour for hello.
Bonjour.
Or for friends, we say salut.
Salut.
All right. Have a good night, Mike.
You too, Heather.